loves, we're talking health and beauty tech today. This is a little different. I know my channel is technically a luxury channel, but luxury to me is different now than what it used to be. I'm definitely into luxury bags and shoes and fragrances, but I also love luxurious experiences and taking care of myself. Luxury is self-care now. I love that the beauty industry has come out with so many things that can assist in helping us look and feel our best. And one thing that I have really come to learn, unfortunately the hard way, is that your health is truly your wealth. Taking care of yourself isn't always the easiest. It seems like it should just be a natural thing. As a mother, as a woman, a wife, I'm always catering to everyone else and I'm kind of last on the list. And so this year I've been making a point to put myself higher on the list, because I would say first, but that's just not going to happen. So higher on the list and take care of myself. After a few health issues, I really started looking into what I could do to just live a better lifestyle, a healthier lifestyle. We do so much, we're on the go so much that I need to stay well. One of the things that I wanted to do today is to unbox something that I'm really excited about that's going to help me in my health journey, and I believe because of that live a better quality of life. And then I have a couple of products that I've been using for beauty that I really don't like speaking on until I see how they work for me, especially with a lot of like gimmicky things out there these days. I like to try stuff for myself, but these are some things that I've really been telling my closest friends about, my sisters. I just really love these things. So let me get into the unboxing first. I had two things happen to me. One has actually been happening probably the last like 12 years or so, and that's in irregular heartbeats. And then the second thing was I randomly had a blood clot this year. So when you have things happen and you're not expecting it and you think you're otherwise healthy, and even the doctors say that otherwise you're completely healthy and they can't figure things out, you just kind of wonder about the things that can cause health issues. We all know that stress is a silent killer. I know how stressed I've been this past year, or the past couple of years really. When it comes to stress, the things that help me out are working out and sleeping better. Sleep has always been an issue for me. If I don't get enough sleep after several weeks of that, then I get sick. I am fighting something right now. We've been traveling a lot. My sleep's been thrown off. And even when I'm home, we're just so busy. By the time we go to bed, it's literally midnight or after. And then we're waking up at like 6 in the morning. In order to try to help keep me on track, I had started looking into some of the health tech. I do have my Apple Watch, but I don't like to sleep with it because it's just uncomfortable. And then sometimes if I don't have the setting right, it will actually alert me. Alerts will go off, or calls will still come through, texts will still come through, and then I'm up. So that has been so frustrating. I never sleep with it anymore. I used to try to track my sleep. No, I don't do that anymore. So I started looking into other options. I know there's other bracelets that you can wear. There were certain rings you could wear. And a newer company actually reached out to me for me to try out their product. And if I liked the product, they told me, do a review. So right now I'm going to unbox that. I'm going to start trying it out. I'll let you know how I like it. But it's called Ultra Human. And it's a ring that you wear on your finger, kind of like the Aura ring. Only when I really looked into this and agreed to do this, it was because they had what I think was the deal breaker. So with the Aura ring, you have to, and all the other rings, basically, you have to have a subscription membership. With the Ultra Human ring, they have lifetime access to their app, which is all of the features that the ring will track. They do have like a, you know, when you have like an in-app purchase, you can go up to the next levels. They do have a next level that you can purchase, but there are so many levels to the free version. There's no ads, nothing like that. This is really amazing. It's basically like the Apple Watch. When you buy the Apple Watch, you just have access to all of the health features that it gives. And I think that's how it should be. It does sync to Apple Health. I'm not sure about Android. Sorry, I'm an Apple girl. It does sync to Apple Health. So when you're working out, you'll be able to track both ways, which I think is really cool because then you can compare and see who's more accurate. I have watched some other reviews. Again, I looked into this extensively before I agreed. And a lot of people were saying that it's way more accurate with sleep anyway. And that's what I want it for. We'll have to see. I saw mixed reviews about how close the two apps were as far as exercise, but I will give you my personal opinion on that later. So for now, let's unbox this. Oh, what I did love was that they were super quick. As soon as you place an order, they will send out a sizing kit. So I got the sizing kit first, and this is for the Ultrahuman Ring Air. So this is a thinner, more lightweight ring, which again, on some of the other reviews, people loved the lightweight of this ring. It didn't really compare. Some of the other rings were just heavy or caused discomfort. So I am excited because I wear rings so they don't bother me, but it is a little bit different when you have a thicker metal band. So we'll see how that compares. But this is the sizing kit. All their packaging is so nice. Oh, well, that was just some information. This is what I want to show you. Hold on. Oh, this is what the ring kit looks like. It has an info card as soon as you open it to tell you how you can size and then submit your size, which is in the app. It's great. That's exactly what I did. I scanned the QR code and it just walks you through it. It asks you what size. I already knew my ring size, but you can start with the regular ring size. But because it does have, see if I can show it better here, you do want to make sure you try it on because it does have this indentation on it, which holds a lot of the sensors for your, finger. And I do recommend wearing it on the pointer finger. Once you find your size, with this handy kit, you just submit, and then your ring comes literally like a couple days later. I think it was like, told me it was going to be like a week, but it was like less than a week. Or it told me 2 weeks and it was less than 2 weeks. It comes a lot faster than whatever they tell you. Then when it comes in this super cool box. Mine is the raw titanium, so it fits perfectly. That's really cool. Again, my goal with this is to track my sleep patterns. I really want to get a routine down, try to get my sleep and my stress under control. In school, we learned that so many things can contribute to that. You have the circadian rhythm, you have your cortisol levels. There's so many things that can affect. And now that, most of us work indoors all day, we don't get enough sunlight, the vitamin D, that affects the circadian rhythm. So I really want to get a hold of my sleep, my routines, and I know for sure that'll help my overall well-being. So I'm really excited for this. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And like I said, even with my Apple Watch, I tried for a while to try to get some kind of pattern going, but that just ended up messing up my sleep. This will not give you any alerts on your finger, no vibrations, nothing. So I think that this is going to work out. When I was researching this, there were several things that set apart the Ultrahuman Ring Air from a lot of the competition. It does have advanced sleep tracking, so skin temperature, motion sensors, various infrared tracking, various sleep stages. It tracks the resting heart rate, the HRV, and even more to provide a comprehensive sleep index score. So that's what I'm going to be watching is my sleep index score. Like when I wake up in the morning, I just want to look at that and see how well, like the quality of my sleep, how long I slept, things like that. This is extremely lightweight as it's sitting here on my finger. Like I can barely feel it. If you like to wear rings already, you'll have no issue. If you don't really like rings, I know that it's for sure way more comfortable than wearing the watch or another bracelet tracker. And I've heard from the other reviews that it's a lot lighter than some of the other rings out there. So I guess, this is like an updated, new and improved version. I think they had one before this, but this is the Ultrahuman Ring Air. So specifically, if you're looking for a lightweight one, go with the Air. Another thing that I really liked when I was looking into this was the recovery score. So I am trying to get back into a workout routine, but to stay consistent. And I think it'll be really cool to have a recovery score that will factor in how much sleep you got and the quality of sleep that you had and tell you exactly what your body can handle. If it's a extensive workout, if it's lightweight, if you should just hold off completely or go harder than ever. So I'm excited about that too. That's going to be my second goal, is to look at the recovery score and see how I can be consistent, and that way I won't feel so bad. I think if I wake up tired and I have something that says like, yeah, your recovery score isn't that great, maybe you should take it easy today, then you can do a light workout or just do like a 5-10 minute ab workout or something like that, and I won't feel as bad because, yeah, it's hard to stay consistent. And then again, the biggest differentiating factor to me was that there's no subscription. Like once you pay for this and you get this, that's it, which it should be. Again, like the Apple Watch, you already have the phone, the app. Why don't you have access? So with the other ones having a subscription fee, yeah, I think this is probably the best option out there right now. They've even done a lot of updates since I've looked into this. I think at first, the one thing that it was missing was a really in-depth ovulation tracking. And of course, me having my 4 kids, I'm completely done at this point. So I wasn't really worried about that. But if you're still in that phase of life and you're trying to make sure that you're on track for getting pregnant and building your family, they've done an update and now all of that stuff is tracked as well. So they're constantly updating the app, updating the health services that you can track. Oh, and last thing that I thought was really cool. It has a stimulant tracker window. I have been drinking coffee every day for the past couple of years. I used to only be a tea girl. More kids came, more sleepiness. So I live off of 2 cups. It used to started at 1, now it's at 2. So I'm trying to get back down to 1 so that I can eventually wean off. I want to get back to the point where I'm not dependent on coffee. So they have a stimulant tracker window where at least you know the times of day that it's best for your body to even indulge in that, so that you're not having it too late in the day where it's affecting your sleep. Again, my number one goal is sleep. I will be updating you on this because I'm really excited about it. Let me just get to the next unboxing. So this unboxing is I never got to do the first unboxing for you. I bought a second one. So that tells you how much I love this, but it also tells you maybe something about the quality of this. So I will be completely honest. This is called Hotarac LED Face Mask. And I've always had problematic skin. My skin the last year has been the best it's ever been in my entire life, and I love it. I do have makeup on right now. It's not perfect, but I definitely am makeup-less most days, and I'm so happy with that. So one of the things that my friends have been asking, everybody's been saying my skin's been, pretty clear the past few years. But for the past 2 months, everyone keeps asking me, what are you using? Your skin is glowing. And I'm like, I've always had oily skin. That's why I had acne into my 30s. I've just always, my parents on both sides, my mom and my dad, have really oily skin. So I'm like, you guys know I'm just greasy faced. What is this? And they're like, no, it's different. It's a glow. What they're trying to tell me is it's a internal healthy looking glow. It's not just a sweat look, which I still get. But they keep asking me, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I've been using the same face products. I have switched a moisturizer. I have switched an SPF. But other than those 2 things, the only difference is this. This is the only different treatment product that I've added. The LED face mask, I'm sure you've all seen it. It's the red light. So I got one of these back in September and absolutely loved it. I only used it maybe twice a week. Fell in love with it. Didn't know if it was placebo effect or really working because there's mixed reviews. I'm convinced this definitely works because not only did I think it was working for me, but other people started noticing the difference. So in that case, I'm there's definitely something to this. I didn't tell anybody what I was doing. Like I said, even with my friends, I don't like recommending stuff until I see how it works or I know it works. And that is because of my profession. People do trust what I tell them when it comes to the health stuff or skin stuff. They know that I've went to school for it, but I've also done a lot of trial and error. So I never like to say anything until I'm sold. I know they have several out there that are several $100s. And I'm sure they work great too. I know one of them is Omnilux I looked at for a couple of years, and I just was I don't know about spending that much money on this, and I don't know if it works. So I said, well, I'll get a cheaper one. I looked into the different wavelengths of the light, and you do have to find one that has specific wavelengths for what you're trying to target. Mine wasn't necessarily, wrinkles and things like that. It's pretty much acne, hyperpigmentation, and just texture of my skin. Those are the things that bother me the most. I have really large pores. I have scarred tissue from before that never healed properly. So there's a few, little dents and things that you can see. So you do want to get LEDs that have a specific wavelength for what you're trying to target. This particular one has 660 over 850 nanometers. And this is cute and convenient. It has a diagram. So it shows how the 660 nanometer and the 850 nanometers of light penetrates past the epidermis. The 850 goes all the way down to the adipose tissue. It targets the fat cells. So I think that's what helps with kind of the texture. But just make sure that you know what you're trying to target and stick to that. There's different colors of light. I know there's blue, there's purple, all kind of different colors for different treatments. And I think, honestly, for acne, I think it's a different color that's recommended, but there were so many reviews on the red, I decided to go with the red first. So this particular mask was, I think it was like $109 and on sale for $89 when I bought it in September, but I just rebought it and it was still $89. So I think that's pretty much the price point that it's at. Maybe they want to go up, so they're kind of showing people, hey, get it now while it's $89. Not really sure about that. But let's talk about why this is my second mask. Read the reviews, great reviews, but none of them were super long term. So from September to about April, I used it like twice a week, made sure I put it back in the little dust bag that they gave, and it just stopped working one day. It was just glitching. It was like shorted because whenever I would turn on the remote light would just flicker. So I'm not sure if I had a bad model, we'll see, or if the product itself isn't the best, we will see. I was like, okay, well, since that one broke on me, let me look at the Omnilux, because now I know that this type of treatment works for me. Maybe I invest in the better product. Unfortunately, when I looked into it, they had a lot of reviews too about it just stopping working after, well, within the first year. So I figure if I got like 6 months or more at a fourth of the price, then I was just better off buying another one. Unfortunately, it works, so I do want to buy it. I do want to have it in my possession, but I hate the fact that it could possibly go out again. So just beware. If you're as desperate as I am for clear skin and you've tried literally everything and it just affects your mental health basically, then I would recommend trying it out and seeing if it helps, but at your own risk of knowing that it could possibly stop working. And it does cost $90. It's not cheap, but it is cheaper than some of the big brands that also have the same thing happen. So I'm going to be a lot more careful and delicate with this one. I'm probably going to keep this box and just make sure I lay it flat, because they do give the dust bag, but of course this is flimsy. It's just to keep the dust off. So in order to keep it flat and keep all the wiring and everything nice and safe, I think I'm going to keep the box this time. Maybe I can find something that I can store it in, like my next. Oh, well, let me just show you two real quick. So it comes with the straps to go around your head. It comes with extra eye pads, eye cushion, which I do really appreciate. So if they get worn out, you can replace them. The cord has like a USB that you just plug it into, and it comes with a plug for you. So that's great. But it also comes with a portable charger, which has two, and I still have my old charger. So now I have two, which is great. But it has two ports. So now I use this to travel with. I had the one we just got back from a trip, and I brought this because my husband never has a charge, and then I get mad because I can't charge my phone if he's using the charger that I brought for myself. So this one is perfect because it has two outlets that you can charge, and then when you're using your face mask, if you want to walk around, like I'll take my shower so that I have a fresh, clean face, put on my robe has pockets, I'll just slip this in the pocket and I'll walk around and do my routine, get my coffee, help the kids with breakfast, and they think it's hilarious. They think I look like a transformer. So that's probably the best, because sometimes those chargers can cost like $50 for a high powered one that can get you a couple of charges in one battery. They definitely cost like around $50. They're starting to come down, but this has two ports. It has like a little flashlight situation on it too. So it's just really convenient. So at $89 for this, but coming with that charger, I think that's a pretty good deal. So again, I'm going to try to look for some type of container to hold this and make sure that my wiring stays good, because I really need this to last. I actually got this on Amazon too. I can't believe I forgot to say that. I got this on Amazon, and I do have it linked in my storefront because I keep ordering it. Okay, the next thing is something that I've had for a while, but I found a case. And this is what I mean by I want to find a case. I could possibly order another one of these and just take out some of the stuffing. Let me show you. So another product that I've been using for beauty is a high frequency one. So I got this off Amazon as well to try out. And these were a little bit more expensive than the red light therapy mask. So if you're looking for one or the other, I would probably start with the mask. Like I said, at least you get the battery, and it is a little bit cheaper. So with this, I got the one that has two different types of gas. One is the orange one and one is the purple one. And the electromagnetic frequency will kind of stimulate the blood vessels and like contract them. So it helps to increase the circulation, blood flow is always going to be beneficial to the skin. And it also helps to kind of minimize pores and everything by contracting those blood vessels. Now, I'm not sure how great it is with stimulating collagen and all those things because, again, usually my skincare at this point, I know I need to start looking into the anti-aging skincare, but mine has always been a battle of acne. So when I get really bad, big, painful pimples that are like under the skin and never come to a head and they just hurt, I have been using, which one? This one, to get right on the pimple, and I zap it. And I promise you, the next day, or if it's really bad, it'll take like 2 days of doing that. It shrinks, it goes down, and it's no longer a problem, which is crazy to me because I would deal with some of those really big, like cyst type pimples for like 2 weeks. It would take like 2 weeks to go away. So 2 days, and I don't think people understand how painful those can be. Unless you've really had acne, they can be very painful. And especially like under the chin or like around the nose, sensitive areas, it would be to the point where like if I was talking, my skin just moving would be so painful. So this has really helped me. I've been really kind of taking care of my skin. I don't get them as much, but I had one a few weeks ago on my nose, and I just have basically like a little dark spot where the hyperpigmentation came after it, but I was doing that 2 days in a row and it was completely gone. I've read different things about how to actually go about using it and what I like doing. I know people use gauze, something about the way that it targets the skin better with something actually in between it, and you can feel the difference when I have nothing versus when I have a burp cloth that I use for my face because it's like a muslin cotton. It's so nice and gentle. And I put that over, and then I'll use this one, and you can feel more of like an intense kind of tingle when you use something versus just this. You can get the same intensity by just turning it up, but I think it does do a little bit better when you have that barrier in between. When you first put these in, I know they feel like they're gonna break at any minute, but they really don't. You can, be a little forceful to get it in there. But you want to keep your finger on the wand and then turn it on. And then when you make contact, then that's when you release. I've heard people recommending different things, all like estheticians recommending different things. So I think some of it comes down to just experience and preference. Some people say that if you lift off and tap, that will kind of zap, like what I was saying, when you have really bad pimples or cysts. Other people are like, don't do that. It's too harsh on skin. But I think it depends too on the person. My best friend has the most sensitive skin ever in life, and I have like thick alligator skin. Like I can take like the most acidic, the strongest, the most potent, and it will barely do anything to me. And she can take sensitive formulation and it will still like wreak havoc and cause a reaction. So I think it just depends, trial and error. If you know your skin, then take all the precautions. If you have sensitive skin, and if you don't and you know you can take it, then go ahead and turn up the heat on. What I just got was this case for it because you can actually travel. Now, I am a girl who only takes carry-on, so I don't travel with this, but I do like to keep my counters clean and clear. And so I have this so that I can just stick it in my cabinet or under my sink and have it all together, and I know that it's not going to break because of the nice cushion here. And I have the wand itself and the case linked in my Amazon store. I love that Amazon can get you all this stuff. So with this, I only use this now when I absolutely have to, like when I have breakouts or like the cystic acne happening. But when I first got it and I was really trying to get things under control, I think I used it like twice a week. I think I was alternating between the LED mask and this. And I will say that this helps to kind of target certain areas, whereas the LED mask just really creates like an overall nice skin texture and glow. So if you're in the battlefield of fighting acne, I would definitely recommend this and the red light. I also feel like the red light helps with scarring. Like it prevents scarring because I have had some new issues that I would have thought would have caused hyperpigmentation and scarring, and when I'm using it, it doesn't. I have been about a month without it since my last one broke. I was hoping it would come back to life. So like I said, I did get hyperpigmentation with that one on my nose, but in general, it really helps with that. I have two more things, and it's because I'm in my travel time of year, and I just unpacked these and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to include them because when I'm traveling, I don't want to bring all the big stuff, carry on only. So I did actually get the Solar Wave, and I am not sure how great this is by itself. But with me having the mask, I think that this is really easy to kind of stay on your routine and help maintain the results that you've been getting. If you're going to be gone for like a week or so, that this is helpful to just kind of do at night. It's very soothing. And in the morning, since this actually vibrates, in the morning, I feel like it helps to depuff my face. A lot of times under my eyes, it's really puffy. If you're not familiar, if you haven't seen it all over the internet, it's basically a miniature red light, travel red light, and it can turn in 2 different directions to help kind of get in between all the little nooks and crannies. And like I said, if this is all you have, I'm pretty sure you're not going to get the results that you want. But if you have a red light and you're constantly taking care of your skin, this is a good supplement basically. When you're traveling and you just want to make sure that you're maintaining results, this is excellent. And it does come with like a very specific charger, so do not lose the charger if you get this. It's like the only thing that I don't like about it, because I have to bring a whole separate charger. Was all my other things you can recharge with the same USB-C chargers, or they plug directly into an outlet. But with this, you have to make sure that you have the charger. It comes with its own cute little carrying case, so you can technically just throw this in a bag and keep this with all of your chargers. But for at home, to keep it together, I just put it in one of these bags. Solar Wave. This is pretty expensive too, so I would say buy this on their sales. I think I paid like around $300 for this like a year or 2 ago. It wasn't really giving me the results, so then I went with the mask. And the mask is much cheaper. If you do, you could technically carry that mask in a carry-on too, because it lays flat. But like I said, I'm being gentle with mine, so I don't want to risk it. But if you need to, you can pack that in a carry-on or a full-size luggage. And my last thing, which doesn't actually have a container, I wish it did because I'm not sure what you'll put it in, but this is just like a free gift from Tata Harper I got. But inside is my new face. And this is a microcurrent device that is supposed to help with tightening the skin and lifting and firming. I have had this for like 2 years, but I'm never consistent. The mask works for me because you can put it on and walk around, or put it on and lay down. But this you have to physically do. And it only takes like 5 minutes, either 5 minutes per side, 5 minutes total. It times you, so it'll tell you. But I just have an issue with consistency when it comes to taking care of myself. So I'm going to try to start using this again. And what I want to show you that's new, which I already unboxed because I was going to use it, is the Aqua Gel Activator. They have like a new formulation of the Aqua Gel Activator. And for a while, they only sold it in small bottles, and it had hyaluronic acid in it, which was really great for the skin. So I would do it and just leave that on and then put the rest of my skincare on. And I really liked what the gel at that time was doing to my skin. It seemed like it was just kind of brightening it and just looking more moisturized instead of greasy. So when I saw that they had a new formulation that's supposed to be even better for the conductivity of the current, I said, well, let me give it a try, because I did like how it worked on my skin. And so now I'm going to try it with the new formulation, try to get some consistency, and maybe that'll help with some of these like fine lines. It's hard to see, but I do have them around my eyes. I do get the 11s here because I make faces a lot when I'm working. I get like stressed. And then because I smile all the time, I have really bad smile lines. It's hard to see because I have the light. I think that's what I'll start with, is just trying to kind of get my 11s under control, maybe around my eyes and around my smile folds. If I can't do the entire face, at least I can maybe try to find some consistency with those 3 areas that I need to start focusing on, because 40 is knocking at the door. I'm always down for a new device. Pretty much got down a good routine for skincare products as far as creams and all the things. There's just always more coming out, but right now I don't really want to deviate too much away from my normal routine, because I feel like it's finally working for me. And it has been like 20 years of battle, of terrible acne battle. With the devices, if I can use a device and still keep my old creams and serums, I'm willing to try. So if you have a new device, let me know. I'm really excited to kind of try to get on a routine with my Ultra Human Air ring. I feel like if I can get my sleep routine down, then I'll be able to get an exercise routine down. And if I get an exercise routine down, I'll just be happier, healthier, and I'll probably want to start eating better, taking care of my skin better, all the things. So starting with the Ultra Human I'm going to do that. I'm going to continue my red light therapy. I'll continue using the high frequency one whenever I have issues or breakouts. I am going to try to incorporate my new face back into my routine with the microcurrents, and I'll travel with my solar wave. Let's see if we can really make some things happen. And in about 6 months, I feel like I need to do, maybe I'll do a check-in in like 2 months, like every 2 months. If I wait 6 months, then I might fall off by then and be really disappointed in myself. So at least if I can do like every 2 month check-in, we might have something going. And if y'all get on the bandwagon with me, I'll feel like I have an accountability partner. You know, like I need an accountability partner. So let's do this together. Because after I get this situated, I'm going to try to wean off the coffee, drink more water. I'm going to try to get back to things that I love doing, reading books, all the things. I feel like as the kids are getting older and kind of into their routine and into sports and things, I can kind of figure stuff out. Like one hack that I have is when I take my daughter to her tennis practice, her practice is like 2 hours. So I take about 30 to 45 minutes to go do a run, or I'll put up my Peloton app and do like a Pilates or something there. So I bring my mat. So I try to get a workout like that at least twice a week. And she's about to start going 3 times a week. So that'll be great for my consistency. I guess they call it like habit stacking or like health hacking. We can figure this out. I'm excited. Let me know if you have any other techie devices for me. I've always been like a tech girl. And if not, I'll update you on all of this stuff soon. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for sharing with me. And I love you. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.